Thanks, guys. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming to the inaugural annual alumni meeting. My name is Alex Maresca Azera, and I graduated from Poly in 2000. I joined the Alumni Board of Governors in 2004 after returning to New York from Wellesley College, and now I lead the board as president. Colloquially known as the Board of Governors, or the BOG, we are often confused with the Board of Trustees. For the record, we are not the same entity. The Alumni Board of Governors is comprised of alumni volunteers who essentially serve as liaisons between the school and the alumni community. We're a group of 32 members and 4 committees: nominating, networking and mentoring, fundraising, and communications. Our nominating committee helps us identify new members for the BOG. We are committed to having a board diverse in every way so that it is representative of our alumni community. Our nominating committee also determines candidates for the Spirit Award, bestowed to a member of the faculty, staff, or administration at homecoming, and our nominating committee gathers a list of those eligible for the Alumni Distinguished Achievement Award, which we will hear more about later this morning. Our networking and mentoring committee organizes events for alumni. We are working on a new series of workshops, which we will launch for next year, and topics can run the gamut and aim to bring alumni together by industry or common interest. Our networking committee is also in touch with Poly's alumni affinity groups, such as the Poly Alumni of Color and Poly Women Connect. Poly Alumni of Color hosted a holiday party and summer happy hour last year, and this year we worked with Matoka Maigawa, Poly's Director of Diversity, Equity, and Social Justice, on Alumni Forum to bring alumni back to campus, discuss their experiences and diversity efforts of the school. Last year, Poly Women Connect hosted a wonderful celebration of 40 years of women at the school. We invited alumni to come back to campus and speak with the 7th grade students about what Poly was like while they were there. Some of my favorite questions that the 7th graders asked included, and this was from the 2000s, were you excited when the first iPod came out? I was like, great, thanks. Thanks for that. Were there any political scandals? And were frosted tips really ever in style? Our networking and mentoring committee also works closely with our student members of the BOG, who help us keep our fingers on the pulse of the current student body. Often juniors and seniors, our student members put together a calendar of events they think might interest alumni so that we can help spread the word. We recently added a mentoring component to this committee. Essentially, this entails things like having a college buddy system in place, a hive of alumni we can count on to give sound career advice or offer jobs and internships to other Poly alumni. It ensures that after graduation, the Poly experience never leaves us. Next, our fundraising committee works to increase alumni participation in annual giving. We take those percentages seriously, and if I'm being honest, there is a lot of room for improvement. It sounds cliche, but every gift helps this campus thrive. Your support makes some students' education here possible. It allows us to hire and keep the best staff and ensure that Poly will enjoy a reputation that continues to make us proud to be part of it all. And finally, we have a communications committee that promotes school and alumni news and events so that you can stay informed. This committee has also begun to work with our class agents, and this past October, we actually hosted a class agent summit on campus to discuss best practices and ideas for re-engagement. Our goal is to strengthen this network so we know that we are reaching you. Poly has also been on the road to reach you. This past year, in addition to hosting our annual New York Regional, Poly traveled to Florida, DC, Boston, Philly, and St. Louis. And we will continue to add cities to our itinerary so that we don't lose touch. Our success, however, is largely contingent on you, our alumni. We need to be able to reach you. Your voice matters. We need to learn what networking opportunities would be useful to you. We need to know what would entice you and your classmates to attend alumni events. What would bring you back to campus? What would inspire you to give back to our school? I encourage you to touch base with our BOG members, your class agents, or our advancement office so that we can continue to serve you in a meaningful way. In the meantime, I would like to invite our head of school, Odrius Barzoukas, to bring you up to speed on what's happening on campus.